Hey there guys, so the last time in anime we saw that our group had arrived to save Wolf from one of the fallen hero, Yuriko. She used to be his student. But the girl had turned evil due to a dark past, so their sensei made his entry with his coffin car and brought an old woman who was actually the sister of that Yuriko. She recognized her own sister and sensei corners her to the wall to know why she sided with the evil, and her reason was that her little sister took away her youth from her. She used to be sick since her birth and without a mother, Yuriko had to take care of her, but when she came to this world even here, her little sis came and took Wolf's attention. But the reason her little sis came here to this world was actually that she wanted to meet Yuriko. It was all a misunderstanding, so sensei cleared it up and both sisters happily went back to Earth to live out their normal life. So now as the story continues, the dwarfs were repelling the fallen hero's army from their kingdom, and that's where Sakchan saw all of it. But on the other side, the Pope received the news that Yuriko was sent back to Earth. So the Pope saw high hopes from Sensei that he's the savior of this world, but after all this, Wolf started assuming the command, so Tama started to make fun of Wolf. Like a useless fellow throughout the fight is acting like a boss now, but Sensei was the only one who sensed the upcoming danger. It's one of the fallen hero of greed. He came here to complete the work because Yuriko failed. But to handle him, Wolf took the lead. As the strongest mage, he used his signature tornado spell. It was powerful, but it was just a breeze for the guy. His power is different from others. Even Tama tried to attack with her beast wool, but she failed. And Fallen Hero summoned his sword to kill Tama. But Nier came in between and just the touch breaks the sword of that fallen hero. He recognized the sword and told Nier to become a great warrior and went off. It was the first time Nier became an MVP of the fight, so the praises came non-stop. And at night at Dwarf Castle, a little party was organized for their victory. Isha was happy as well that the two sisters found their happiness and went back home. Yet another storm was approaching the castle slowly but surely. It was Sakchan herself. On the other hand, Sensei gave some love tips to Melas to impress the Lady Melas, but their plan failed successfully, so Sensei gave his condolences to Melas. But the one who passed through him was his lover Sakchan. He couldn't believe it for a second, but Sensei called out to her. Sakchan was a cold beauty. And Sensei was relieved that she was alright here. Sensei wanted to get together with her again, to commit double suicide again. Truly the weirdest proposal ever, right on the spot. But Sakchan took her hand and pulled back as she saw Sensei has changed. He seems lively compared to before for some reason, so Sensei tried to convince her he's the same as ever. But there his group came in as Melas brought them here. And Sakchan realized from a glance they are the reason for the liveliness in Sensei. So she went off and told Sensei they can't stay together anymore. It was a heartbreaking moment for Sensei. So the next day, our group went to the blacksmith who created their new gear to thank the dwarf. But Sensei was having a nervous breakdown from the recent breakup with Sakchan. He was going nuts and started to eat all the poison pills to commit suicide. Well, it was Esha's blessing that the pills will never run out. So consuming the never-ending supply did cause some unconsciousness, so Nier took his chance to ask the dwarf about his sword. No doubt it was peculiar, and that blade belonged to Nier's father. The dwarf realized it's too great of a blade for Nier, but in time he could become worthy if he trains hard. Their sensei goes off in full speed with his coffin car to commit a new type of suicide. So the group went off to follow him. Then away from there, the greed was happy that his sword broke, and their leaders saw that even Sakchan was happy. They were 7 in total. But now it's only 5, so he was disappointed on them. So Sakchan gives him a reality check that he himself stays here away from fight, so that's rich coming from him. Their leader knew Sakchan met with her lover, and Sakchan was happy because she felt the power from Sensei. That's why she thinks Sensei is worthy to have her. On the other side, our group lost track of Sensei and they don't even know where they themselves are. In that sticky situation, a man from the village told them it's the village name held. And this village had lore that the hero came to this village before going off to fight the demon lord, but the statue shows the hero running away. It was all thanks to the man with the coffin car who changed the look of this monument, and sadly, he entered the shrine. That shrine goes to the forbidden land of the fairies. So the man was chilled because he knew there were trials to cross the cave. There were actually 3 trials that awaits for Sensei. And Sensei went back to rest in peace when someone tried to tell him about trials. Sensei crossed all 3 trials in shortcut, and until now, only Hero had passed it and received the blessings of the Fairy Queen. So the man was sure Sensei would fail, but surprisingly, Sensei passed it and was summoned to the Fairy Queen. The location Sensei landed was the best, the huge racks of the Fairy Queen Oberus. There, The fairy twins tell Sensei about the place he's landed and he didn't care where he was sitting, so the fairy queen told the twins to calm down and tells Sensei that fairies want world peace. She asked Sensei what's important to save the world, power or trust, so Sensei makes the third option himself. Sakchan left so he just wants to die. Sensei has nothing to do with anyone else because he lost his lover, so nothing matters anymore. He's still resting on the huge racks, but the fairy queen felt the blessings of Esh from Sensei. She was the spirit of the world tree and a very sincere one at that, but Esh's blessings were these infinite poison pills. Their cellular got angry and wanted to kill Sensei for scattering pills on Queen's racks, but Fairy Queen was sure and told the twins about the hero who once received her protection. But he failed to bring peace to the world, and as a result two factions formed, the Church and the Fallen Heroes, plus the lower heroes are running amok, so Oberus believes Sensei is the fated one. Which is why she blessed him that Sensei will reunite with his partner, and for that she asked Sensei to continue his journey. Well, Sensei thanked Oberus for everything. And as a parting gift she gave a whistle with which Sensei will be able to get fairy's power. With it she sent Sensei back, and after coming back, he lands directly at the monument with his car. And now that statue is in worse conditions ever. That man wanted Sensei to fix it, so Sensei blew the whistle and Sulyalu came out. By helping Sensei with fairy power was making Sulyalu go there to help Sensei, so Sensei makes Sulyalu fix the statue and obtain the whistle to summon Sulyalu anytime. And now everyone's eyes were on Sensei as he holds the power to change the world, but unfortunately, this is where Season 1 ends. But to watch more new anime, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Till then, take care.